For the past 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, Nigeria has been having challenges that are beckoning and waiting for answers and solutions. That is why we are bringing to you our program, State of the Nation. And this is going to come up on our flagship program this morning on ITV. I am hereby inviting you to join me, Bola Bakare, your host, on State of the Nation, so that we can hasten the motions that brings national development. It's going to be a regular basis on Tuesdays. Make it a date with me. I'll be there waiting for you, and then we shall discuss Nigeria on an holistic level. This morning we shall dwell on diaspora management and relevance in Nigeria. When I say diaspora, I mean fellow Nigerians that are outdoors. Brothers, sisters, fathers, mothers, uncles, even grandfathers in some instances, who are doing a yeoman's job of earning a living outdoors and then being able to send some of the funds, which we call FDIs, back home. At times to maintain the people back at home, at times to put up structures for them, and at times for them to invest in Nigeria. And when we talk about diaspora, we cannot shy away from looking at the institution of government that is in charge of diaspora, and that is Nidcom, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission. Honestly, this institution of government has been able to create a lot of awareness to all Nigerians, both at home and in diaspora. They've been able to do a lot. They are doing a lot, and they are still on it, doing loads and lots of things to make Nigerians aware of where they stand. In most cases, they've gone both sides. They've gone diaspora, they've gone local. And what do I mean by this? Let me cite first some instances of what has occurred lately and what is to the advantage of us Nigerians and the advantage of our fellow Nigerians in diaspora. Lately, we had the Nigerians in Diaspora Investment Summit. This was a summit that was supposed to bring in investment, have a seamless situation about our fellow Nigerians out there that wants to come back home, not just come back home to say hello to us, but come back home and go into investment packages that will aid development of Nigeria. Little wonder I said earlier, when it comes to the development of Nigeria, it belongs to all of us. You were part of it too. NDIS, the acronym for Nigerian in Diaspora Investment Summit, has been able to bring in things into Nigeria for us to key into. There was the case of NIDO with Russia, and some fellow Nigerians that came indoors with the aptitude to invest in what is happening in Nigeria. You can key into it too. We're all Nigerians. You need not be in Russia, you need not be in Nigeria alone, you can key into it. So also is a situation on ground where Nidcom has gone in collaboration with TED Fund. That is another institution of government that has funds on hand for our universities, tertiary institutions. And what are they doing in this wise? They are trying to go into a situation where research and development, in short R&D, in as much as State Fund is investing in our tertiary institutions, research and development is highly important too. And I am happy that Nidcom is making it its own duty to make sure that things work out properly. Honestly, some months back, I got talking to a few people. It was at a forum, and I said something like, we have an advantage in COVID. I'm not a morbid person, but the advantage I'm talking about is there is something inherent in us that is not making the COVID affect us as much as the people that are more enlightened, that have the wherewithal, that are dying in droves, and while we are not. And I said something at that forum that it's high time our Nigerians come together and do a proper R&D and find out what is inherent in us that is making us, I don't want to count numbers, I'm not a morbid person, that is making us have those low numbers in comparison to those that have the wherewithal that are dying in high figures. And thank God, Nidcom and TED Fund. The TED Fund means tertiary institutions, funds for tertiary institutions. They collabo. I am sure will be able to give us insights into this. Nobody has the prerogative of intellect. That is why I am saying one thing. Let this collabo create a situation in our health sector that will look at this COVID. I am a proud African. Omicron was found out via African doctors in South Africa. So also I believe that if we have this collabo between Nidcom and TED Fund into R&D in health, we can find a solution to COVID, and then we'll be able to shock the world. And that is what we are all about. You might think, what is happening? What is Mr. Bakare talking about? Let me tell you this for free. 5% of the doctors in the United Kingdom, you heard me right, United Kingdom, are Nigerians. Go to the United States. We have a good figure out there. Most of them are in researches, most of them are practicing. All we need is a collaboration like we have on ground now, and then we ask them to please come back home and do this for Nigeria, not just for Nigeria alone, for the global family as a whole. Not just that alone. There are instances this element of diaspora management and relevance in Nigeria has been doing things that we should applaud Nidcom for. Lately also there is this element of collaboration between Nigeria and Bangladesh, with the High Commission of Bangladesh, Excellency Rahman, being in the picture. These are things we are looking at. These are things that should happen. We are not, the world is now a global village. The world is a situation where everything on earth is a collaboration. Gone are the days when it will take you a whole day to get in contact with anybody, maybe 6 hours by flight away. These days you can get across to anybody in real time. And this is what we should cash in upon. There is a relevance in diaspora management, which is being done in Nigeria. Honestly, we should give kudos to Nidcom for doing a good job. And we are part of that good job too. Let us propagate it. Let us spread it so that people can hear, people can learn. Not only is this diaspora management and relevance in Nigeria just based on investments and collaborations, there are instances where this institution of government, by that I mean Nidcom, has been able to save Nigerians. There are instances where Nigerians have been out there, they've been shortchanged, they never had the wherewithal either to get legal backing to get things done or to alleviate their sufferings. There was this little girl that was jailed, Zainab, that was jailed in Saudi Arabia. Nidcom was able to put up a fight, and this girl was released, and then she went into training. And then let me shock you a little bit. She's now an officer of NDLEA, and I am sure she's going to do a good job because some die-hard Nigerians made her a victim, and then she went to jail with it for it. I'm sure she's going to come out and be a fantastic officer of the NDLEA. There are instances lately too that occurred with our little girl in Côte d'Ivoire. Unfortunately, she lost her life in the process, but we were able to bring her back and intern her. Just like the Americans say, dead or alive, we will bring you back home. And in Nigeria, we are doing the same in Nigeria too. Dead or alive, we will bring you back home. That brings to mind too what happened in the case of our sons and daughters in Libya. They thought it was going to be an easy affair for them to just cross the channel and then get into Europe. They had a bad time, and then we as Nigerians and Nidcom as an institution of government was able to put cases together and bring them back home. So also we had a case in South Africa too when the xenophobia was very high. This institution of government coupled with some other good Nigerians who own commercial aircrafts were able to bring our sons and daughters back home. What am I saying here? What I'm saying in essence is this commission, in consonance with other institutions of government, should please, on a regular basis, up their ante and then be able to deliver to Nigerians. Because in as much as we can spend our funds, our national commonwealth, on these institutions, they should be able to deliver. And honestly, I am saying this, Nidcom is delivering. We wish them more grease to their elbow and get things done on a proper and efficient level on a regular basis. Not just that alone. We as Nigerians, we need to play our part. There are instances where Nigerians are advised, don't go across Africa with the intent of crossing into Europe. It's a bad situation. There are instances you as Nigerians, you should listen before you make yourself into a nuisance in a foreign land and become an insult to our great nation, Nigeria. What I'm saying in essence is we need to listen to policies and guidelines that we have on ground before we make mistakes. Fine, Nidcom is there as a mother figure to help when the need arises. Well, what does it mean to you when you were the one, you self-inflicted the hardship on yourself? It's high time we cut down on this. It's high time we improve ourselves. It's high time. We shouldn't wait for something bad to happen before we start shouting for help. Not minding the fact that Nidcom is always there to listen to our SOS. SOS means save our souls. And honestly, that is the job of Nidcom. And if we are saying this, we should be able to give credence, lend credence where it is due. We should be able to tell Abike Dabiri Erewa, tell her, thank you for doing a good job. Continue with the good job you're doing. And then if we Nigerians don't pay you back, we believe God will pay you back. On a last note, I would like to leave you with this word from the latest Miss World, an Indian woman by name Sadhu. She said, it is better to prevent and protect than to repent and repair. Did you hear that? That is coming from the prettiest lady on earth. She said, it is better to prevent and protect than to repent and repair. In other words, what she is telling the world is, let us be better human beings so that we can make the world a better place.